Qualifying session is about to start here at the Circuit de Barcelona, Catalunya, and what a cracker of a session we're expecting it to be.
Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of F1 2017 Career Mode, and we are back with the Championship Season Mode here at Barcelona, Circuit de Catalunya, as Crofty said in the intro, and we're jumping straight into this one-shot qualifying session. We didn't do too well at Malaysia last time out, so let's hope that this time we can do this Williams some justice, get some good points, and hopefully give these McLaren Mercedes up ahead a bit of a challenge. Again, for the setup, I'm just running the standard career mode setups that I have for the 2017 cars, and you can find those either on my channel or I'm pretty sure if you're looking for different setups, you can also just Google F1 2017 setups and there'll be some in there. I check mine up against those just to see if I'm on the right lines. But I also do a lot of work in the practice sessions in the career modes as well, just to make sure that the setups are working. I do race pace and qualifying tests as well. So yeah, mine are fairly balanced setups. This one seemed to work quite well for this Williams car. As you can see, we're up to P3 on the qualifying already, which is great stuff. This twisty section is really where the Williams comes into its own in comparison to the McLaren Mercedes. Are we going to get P1 there? Not quite. Probably come across the line for P3 qualifying. It is indeed, that's P3, that's our best qualifying so far. So yeah, you can see the setups are working well, the car's working well. Let's jump into the race. Okay, so we're clutching, 4 lights, 5 lights, holding for a long time, and we're off. And it's a weird start there from the McLaren behind us. I don't know if you guys saw that, but he sort of went as if he was going to jump us and then didn't. So we're already up to P2, we've got McLaren on our inside, the hand goes up in anger. But that's P2, is he going to get us on the inside? I can just see him hovering in the mirror. He's still there on our inside. Have a look just at the replay there, you can see he is hovering on the inside. We give him enough space, but we've got around him in the end. So we've jumped up into P2 on the first lap. That's a good effort so far. Let's now work our way up, see if we can challenge for P1. This is the sector where the Williams car is slightly disadvantaged. It's all about straight line speed on this straight, and then what would be a DRS straight coming up. But then sector 3 and the first couple of corners is where this Williams really shines compared to the McLaren. So as long as we can keep with him on this straight here and on the pit straight, we should be looking good for an overtake coming up. Drop it down into this final sector, which is where the 2017 cars and 2018 coming up soon will be testing their sort of Monaco capabilities. Like if the car's good here, good at Monaco, so this is also a good sign for the championship because I'm sure we've got Monaco coming up. Look at that, just right on the back of him. So this is where we're going to struggle to keep up, but if we can stick with him into the first corner, we should be able to mount an attack going down into the first sector. Championship leader up ahead. And we've already pulled out a second on one of them behind us, so this is going to be close. Run wide just a little bit at turn 1 there, but it's okay. We've not lost too much time. Just have to let up the throttle just a bit in that turn. Unlike with the new cars, which is full throttle. So purple in the first sector, again pretty standard. Second lap shenanigans going on there. Drop it down into the hairpin. You can let it run wide off the apex because it gives you a better rundown coming on the straight. Into the centre S, are we going to get him under braking? No, we're nowhere near. And then we're closer this lap than we were last lap, so if we can stick with him on this straight, we can maybe get him down into the hairpin, but we run wide just a touch. Get it under control, man, come on. Hard on the brakes for the hairpin. Much closer than we were last time. See what we can do in sector 3. We are jumping the curves just a little bit, but it's okay, there's no penalties on us at the minute. We're on strict corner cutting rules though, so that should have popped up. Maybe we're on regular, I really don't know. It's a standard, whatever it is for the championship is what it's on. Coming to start lap 3, we are much closer than we were the last time, but again he sets the fastest lap, and in fact we're not closer. We've actually lost 3/10 on that lap, just looks closer. Drop it down back into turn 1, up through 2, keep it tight for 3, little lift, and then down into 4, hard on the brakes. We're still going faster. We're getting caught by P3 now, but we've not actually lost any time yet. To P1, to Roth, much closer this time, coming out the hairpin. And we're going to get him into the centre S's. Oh, it's close. It's so close. Looking for an attack down into the hairpin. Can we do it? Keep with him on the straight. Much closer this time. Sticking his slipstream. Dive down on the brakes perhaps? No, not quite, just too far back, but we are much closer. We're now down to 3/10 of a second. We got purple in the second sector. No, we're not going to drive around the outside of him. Surely not. Up the inside though perhaps? Looking good. Down into the chicane. Up the inside. Hop across the curb. The hand goes up in anger. We run wide. He struggles for traction coming off the line. And we're up into P1. But we're under attack again on the main straight. The straight line speed of the McLaren's just too much for us to deal with, and they've both jumped us going down into turn 1. It's okay though, it's not the end of the world. We can still pull this back. Oh, just hard on the brakes there into turn 3. Bit of a brake check from Roth. He's not happy, he's lost a place. Moreno's ecstatic, he's gained 2 places in one straight. And I can see the other Williams in the background coming down, drop it down into the hairpin. We're going to have a lunge down the inside of Roth. He gives us the space, run him, hang him out to dry, and that's up to P2. Sticking Moreno's slipstream as we come down the back straight. Maybe have a go on the brakes into the hairpin. No, just too far back. Having a good look though, we are closer than ever now. Back end steps out, and it's all gone wrong. Why are we always losing traction on the back end of this car? Honestly, it's unreal. Didn't lose too much time though. We only dropped 2 places, and we've lost a bit of time to Murray behind us. So we've got it all to do. Not the end of the world though. We can still get this back. Coming down to start lap 5. Not too far behind these McLarens. We're not really in a championship fight with them. If you choose to do it with that car, your goal is to win the championship basically. And we're only looking for P7 to get that gold medal. Plenty of fuel to use though. We could maybe...
We're at +1 lap of extra fuel. Fuel target
It's like Jeff's reading my mind. Yep, we could put it up into Rich to maybe try and catch these, but we're actually already clawing back some time on Clark up ahead. So we'll see what we can do. Coming into the final sector. Maybe sticking his slipstream. Just gain control of the back end of it there. So yeah, this is where we have the advantage into this final sector. If only there was DRS on the Classic Championships, we'd maybe be within a chance on the straight. But we are so close. Just looking inside of him. Just drop it down into the chicane again. Run him out to dry. There's a bit of contact, but it's not the end of the world. He was going to come out on top, coming around the final corner, and we are into P4. Is that P4? It's looking that way. Running a bit wide there, pushing just to the very edge that we can. Chasing down that Williams car up ahead.
Okay, the gap behind is 3.1 seconds.
That's absolutely fantastic, Jeff. Thank you for telling me. We've got Lawson up ahead to chase down, and a bit of about 1 lap plus of fuel left to use, something like that, 0.89. So we've got plenty of time to be made. We're about 3 seconds away from the Williams in front, and we should be much faster than him in the last sector, so that's where we're going to have to make up most of the time. Concentrate on hitting apexes and things like that. Bit of traffic in the way in the form of Ayrton Senna's McLaren. Should be no problem, should get the blue flag, and we do. But it has meant that we are much closer to Lawson coming on to lap 16. About a second away, which is good. Hitting the top speed, bouncing off the rev limiter into turn 1. Are we going to get him into the hairpin coming up? Just run wide a little bit at turn 3, but we get it back together. Don't lose too much time to him. What's the split time? 0.5, so we've only lost about 0.15 of a second to him.
There's only 1 lap of fuel remaining.
Yep, thanks Jeff. Now is not a good time to be telling me about fuel use, because we are fighting for a podium here, my friend. It's game on. Drop it down into the center S's. We are closer than ever right now. Coming around onto what would be a DRS straight. Run a bit wide. Are we going to get him down into the hairpin? No, we're just too far away. But this last sector is where we have the advantage. Up across the curb, make sure not to touch too much of this inside curve. That's where we span earlier in the race. Oh, wide coming into the last chicane. Just a bit of a stretch, I think, but is that traffic up ahead? It is. Traffic is well out of the way there, dives right into the pit lane. So that's interesting. I didn't think there was any need to
This is your final lap of the race.
Jeff, me and you're going to have words with me, right? Because I'm trying to commentate here. Having a look into turn 1, and there's contact. There's definite contact there. But we've actually managed to take the place anyway. I think he's going to stick with us coming down. And we've just managed to pull ahead. So that is a podium position. I don't think there was a penalty given for that contact, probably just a warning. A little aggressive, I know, but sometimes you got to do what you got to do. I'm afraid that's the way it goes. More traffic up ahead. Do we have a chance at P2 here? The McLaren doesn't want to get out of the way, giving us a bit of an advantage though, because now we're gonna. He's just gonna sit right on the apex of that corner. That's absolutely fine, but we are now so close to Roth after that traffic. We don't have enough fuel to put it up into rich mode. But we might have a look down into the final chicane if we can keep it together for this last sector. Gaining every corner on him. Look at the difference already. Are we going to have maybe a last lunge down into the chicane? Perhaps. We do. We just squeeze him. We just squeeze him. And there's a bit of contact made. There was some definite contact made there. Let's have another look. So we're closing in on him fast. And then we just do our little trick of diving it straight up the inside. We give him maybe not enough room, and then yeah, there's wheel-to-wheel contact, and he spins, and then I think he hits the Williams, but I'm really not sure. No, he finishes third.
That's the end of the race. We'll see you in Park Family.
Thanks, Jeff. You could sound more excited because that's P2, baby, in the Spanish Grand Prix.
Excitement of that race, but I'm sure it's nothing compared to our drivers here. They've worked hard to make it up there, and it's great to see them make their way out onto the podium.
Good recovery drive from us then to get P2 in the Spanish Grand Prix, and that marks, I think, a third of this season, of the little championship season. So that's looking good, and I will see you next time for, I believe, the Monaco Grand Prix, which will be out tomorrow. Thanks for watching, guys. I will see you next time.